AI scams are not just prevalent, they've reached a new level of sophistication that could fool even the most vigilant among us. Indeed, the rise of artificial intelligence has brought with it a rise in AI scams, a terrifying trend that is only gaining momentum. These scams are not the run-of-the-mill phishing attempts we've grown accustomed to warding off. No, these are devious machinations that leverage the power of AI to create convincing personalized scams. From voice cloning to deepfake videos, the tactics used by these cyber criminals are becoming increasingly sophisticated, making it harder for the average person to discern reality from deception. What's more, these scams are not limited to one form or another. They come in all shapes and sizes, from fraudulent calls and messages to malicious software and emails, each one more convincing than the last. The power of AI, it seems, is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it has the potential to revolutionize our lives. On the other, it's providing scammers with the tools they need to commit fraud on an unprecedented scale. One such chilling example is the story of Kaveri, a woman who found herself entangled in a terrifying AI scam. Kaveri's regular day was disrupted by a phone call that sent shivers down her spine. A typical day in Kaveri's life took an unexpected turn when her phone rang. The voice on the other end claimed to be a police officer, and he had chilling news. He said that her daughter was in some sort of trouble. The officer's words were laced with a sense of urgency and concern, enough to make any parent's heart skip a beat. As Kaveri grappled with the shocking news, the officer added another layer to the unfolding drama. He put someone on the phone who sounded eerily like her daughter. The voice was identical, the tone was similar, even the mannerisms matched. It was as if her daughter was on the other end of the line, pleading for help. But Kaveri, being the intuitive woman she was, started to sense that something was not quite right. She noted the discrepancies in the conversation. The circumstances seemed too contrived, the urgency felt forced, and the details about her daughter's supposed predicament were vague at best. The more she thought about it, the more she realized that her daughter's voice, though identical, lacked the usual warmth and familiarity. It was as if someone had replicated her voice but couldn't capture the essence of her personality, and that's when the dreadful realization hit her. Could it be possible? Could this be an instance of artificial intelligence being used for nefarious purposes? As the tension escalated, Kaveri decided to take a bold step. In a moment of courage and quick thinking, Kaveri decided to challenge her fears. Instead of succumbing to the panic that the scammers had intended to instigate, she made a choice that would ultimately expose the scam. She activated the call recording feature on her phone, a simple yet crucial step in gathering evidence against the fraudsters. Her mind raced, but she maintained her composure, insisting on speaking directly to her supposedly arrested daughter. The scammers, taken aback by her insistence, hesitated. A silence fell on the line, a silence that screamed louder than any words could have. In that moment, the illusion began to crumble. The voice that came on the line, purportedly her daughter's, was slightly off, a robotic undertone, a certain lack of emotion. It was a chilling realization for Kaveri. The voice she was hearing was not her daughter's, but a skillfully crafted artificial intelligence clone. The relief that washed over her was quickly followed by a wave of shock. She had been on the brink of falling for a sophisticated scam, orchestrated not by humans alone, but aided by advanced artificial intelligence. The deception was so elaborate, so convincing that it sent a shiver down her spine. This was not just a simple case of impersonation, this was a malicious use of technology, a stark violation of personal boundaries. The scam had been unmasked, and the face beneath was more terrifying than anyone could have imagined. The artificial intelligence that we admire for its capabilities had been weaponized, turned into a tool for deception and theft. In the aftermath, Kaveri shared her experience with others, her story serving as a chilling warning to all. The scam was not just an attack on her, but an assault on our trust in technology, our faith in the voices we hear, and our belief in the authenticity of our interactions. Kaveri's experience serves as a stark reminder of the sophistication of AI scams. It's a wake-up call to the dangers lurking in the shadows of our increasingly digital world, a world where artificial intelligence can be both a boon and a bane. The reality of AI scams can be harsh, but we can learn from Kaveri's experience. Let's take a moment to summarize the key points we've discussed in this video. Artificial intelligence, while a marvel of modern technology, has unfortunately become a tool in the hands of unscrupulous individuals. Scammers are now using this technology to create convincing fake voices, just like what happened to Kaveri. What's essential to remember is the importance of vigilance. In a world where technology is becoming increasingly sophisticated, a healthy dose of skepticism can be our best friend. Unexpected or unsolicited calls should always be treated with caution, especially if they involve a demand for sensitive information or immediate action. Let's not forget the importance of not sharing personal information freely. Scammers, as we've seen, can use this data in a myriad of ways, including voice cloning. It's crucial to be mindful of who we're sharing our details with and why they need it. Remember, it's okay to say no. Now, on to passwords. They are our first line of defense in the digital world. Strong, unique passwords for each of our accounts can help protect us from a wide range of cyber threats, including AI scams. It's also a good idea to change these passwords regularly and to use two-factor authentication whenever possible. Lastly, it's important to remember that if something seems too good to be true or too alarming to be real, it probably isn't. Trust your instincts and don't hesitate to ask for help. Reach out to law enforcement or a trusted friend if you're unsure about a situation. In this era of advanced technology, our vigilance is the best line of defense against the increasingly sophisticated world of AI scams. Let's ensure we're armed with knowledge and always ready to question the unexpected.